The arena floor trembled as the Krillian Warbeast emerged from the shadows beneath the Colosseum. Commander Zethkar watched from his elevated platform as the creature's 6 legs carried its massive frame into the blood-soaked sand. Each step left crater-like impressions, and its chitinous armor gleamed under the artificial suns that illuminated the gladiatorial pit. "Magnificent," Zethkar muttered, his mandibles clicking with satisfaction. The Warbeast stood 12 feet tall at its shoulder, with razor-sharp talons that could slice through reinforced titanium and acid sacs that could dissolve molecular bonds. It had never been defeated in 347 battles across 17 worlds. In the opposite corner, a single human sat cross-legged on the sand. The crowd of alien spectators roared their approval from the tiered seating that spiraled up into the artificial sky. Delegates from the Galactic Council had traveled from across known space to witness this spectacle, the final test to determine whether humanity deserved membership among the civilized species, or if they would be classified as another primitive world to be strip-mined and forgotten. Dr. Sarah Chen had volunteered for this moment. No weapons, no armor, no technology beyond what her species had been born with. The terms were simple. Survive 10 minutes against the Warbeast and humanity would earn its place among the stars. Fail, and Earth would become another resource world, its people scattered across the galaxy as laborers and curiosities. The human appeared impossibly small against the creature that had terrorized countless civilizations. She wore simple gray clothing and had pulled her dark hair back into a practical ponytail. Her hands rested calmly on her knees as she watched the Warbeast circle her, its multiple eyes studying her with predatory intelligence. "The human shows no fear," observed Counselor Vexthai, her blue-scaled form leaning forward in interest. "Curious. Fear would be logical," replied Zethkar. "The Warbeast can sense electromagnetic fields, detect pheromone changes, and track movement faster than most species can process visual input. It knows exactly where she is and what emotional state she's experiencing." The Warbeast suddenly charged, its massive bulk moving with surprising grace across the arena floor. Sarah remained motionless until the last possible second, then rolled sideways with fluid precision. The creature's talons swept through the space where she had been sitting, gouging deep furrows in the sand. For the next 8 minutes, Sarah danced around the arena in a display that left the alien audience speechless. She seemed to anticipate every attack, flowing like water around the Warbeast's fury. When it lunged, she was already moving. When it swept its tail in a wide arc, she had already ducked beneath its reach. When it released a spray of acid, she had positioned herself behind one of the arena's decorative pillars. But even as she moved with inhuman grace, everyone could see that she was tiring. Her breathing had become labored, and a thin sheen of perspiration covered her face. The Warbeast, meanwhile, showed no signs of fatigue. Its bioengineered physiology could maintain this pace for hours. 2 minutes remaining, announced the arena's automated system. The Warbeast seemed to sense that time was running short. It began to move more strategically, cutting off Sarah's escape routes and forcing her into increasingly tight corners. Its 6 legs allowed it to position itself with mathematical precision, and its predatory intelligence had mapped her movement patterns. Sarah found herself backed against the arena wall with nowhere to run. The Warbeast approached slowly, savoring its victory. Its massive head lowered until its primary eyes were level with her face, and its mandibles spread wide to reveal rows of serrated teeth designed to tear through any known material. The crowd fell silent, waiting for the inevitable conclusion. Sarah looked directly into the creature's eyes and whispered a single word: "Please." The effect was instantaneous and impossible. The Warbeast froze mid-strike, its massive form trembling. The predatory intelligence in its eyes flickered and changed, becoming something else entirely. Something that recognized the weight of that simple human word. For the first time in its existence, the Warbeast understood what it meant to choose. It had been bred for war, engineered for killing, conditioned to know only hunger and rage. But in that moment, faced with a creature that had not fought back, that had not tried to hurt it, that had simply asked for mercy with genuine sincerity, the Warbeast discovered something that its creators had never intended to give it: free will. The massive creature sat back on its haunches and lowered its head in what could only be described as a bow. The arena erupted in chaos. Counselor Vexthai shot to her feet, her translator struggling to process the rapid clicking of her native language. "Impossible. The Warbeast has no capacity for mercy. It's a bioweapon." "Apparently," Sarah said, slowly standing and placing a gentle hand on the creature's armored head. You don't know humans very well. Zethkar stared at the scene below, his military mind struggling to process what he had witnessed. What did she do to it? Nothing, replied Dr. Marcus Webb, the human diplomatic attaché who had been watching from the crowd. She simply treated it like a thinking being instead of a monster. Humans have a talent for seeing potential where others see only programming. The timer reached 0, but no one was watching the display. Every eye in the arena was focused on the human woman standing beside the galaxy's most feared bioweapon, her hand resting gently on its massive head, while it leaned into her touch like a pet seeking affection. The test is concluded, announced Counselor Vexthai, though her voice carried more questions than answers. Humanity has survived. Sarah looked up at the observation deck and smiled. We didn't just survive, Counselor. We made a friend. As the arena doors opened and Sarah walked toward the exit, the Warbeast followed her like a devoted companion. The crowd watched in stunned silence as the most feared creature in known space chose to walk peacefully beside the small human who had shown it something no amount of engineering could create. Later, when the Galactic Council voted unanimously to grant humanity full membership, they cited the species' unprecedented diplomatic capabilities and unique capacity for interspecies communication. But Zethkar knew the truth was simpler and more terrifying than any political language could capture. Humans didn't just fight monsters. They turned them into allies with nothing more than genuine compassion and a single, softly spoken word. And that, he realized, made them the most powerful force in the galaxy.